So here we are, we're picking up a 1964 Chevy C10 pickup in Beaver Springs, PA at the racetrack. The owner sold me this truck plus 4 others. We're out here now, got it loaded up, getting ready to get a little something to eat, maybe watch some racing while we're here, and I don't know, hit the road, go home, show you the truck, and we'll get it cleaned up. And we already had it running, so, well, if you want to call it that, but here it is. Okay guys, welcome back. You know, been working on this Project 64. I was sitting here, I just pulled the heater box out. Now let me pull that out, take a look, make sure the heater core isn't leaking, clean it out. I'm sure it's full of unmentionables. And I think the old OCD is starting to kick in. But I'm in a crossroads, or a point where I'm, do I take this truck apart and do a kind of a semi-restoration, tighten it up, clean it up, make it look a little more presentable than being a rat rod? Well, it's not really a rat rod, but the patina. Ugh. Alright, I use that word occasionally, very loosely, whatever you want to call it. So I restored one of these trucks frame off once before, so that's kind of out of my system. But I do like a nice tight driving truck. You know, rides nice, doesn't squeak, doesn't rattle. Something I can get in and drive whenever, you know. So I'm at the point where, okay, do I tear this apart? I know my way around these trucks. I've had them on the farm. That's how I cut my teeth, learning the small block Chevy in these trucks. He's been my favorite all my life. And when I moved here, I bought the one from the swap meet that was 35% done and no rust, and I had to finish the rest, and it came out real nice. I'll post a picture one day if I can find it somewhere. I sold it like a dope. Oh, what that truck's probably worth today. Oh, big block blower, all stock looking. It was a sweet truck. So I don't want to go that far. I had a lot of money. I probably had 25-30 grand tied up in that thing, and I ain't going to tell you what I sold it for, but the people had it, just supposedly obliterated it. But that's water under the bridge. I don't want to see it. So, trying to figure out what I want to do here. I'm at the point where I'm ready to bust out the impact sockets and chrome sockets, the impact gun, the air ratchet, and just start ripping the town. Truck already needs brakes all the way around. It needs shocks all the way around. It needs springs all the way around. The motor runs, the trans works, but I don't know. There's some stuff in there now, like homemade drive shaft, cross members in there, crooked welded with bugger welds, and yeah, it makes me think, makes me worry about stuff like that. So if I'm going to take it apart to a point, I'm just going to unplug and unbolt everything and just do it. I don't know. I'm trying to think about it. Maybe we'll do a walk around. Yeah, so we start with a bent bumper, which might be fixable. The grill is not fixable. I don't like that. It looks horrible all bent up. Even if I put a painted grill in it, get a powder coated silver or white, maybe do it in white. I don't know, because I want to do the truck in black and white. The roof white, and behind the grill is supposed to be white. This truck originally was all white, and then in between the double trim down the side is supposed to be white. So, I'm going to ponder this for a few minutes, and then probably the next video is going to be your answer. I'm going to sit back and crack a cold one, or 2 or 3, and decide what I'm going to do, because, you know, I have to do brake lines and fuel lines and everything. I'm going to upgrade this. Who's to say that 6-cylinder isn't going to stay? I do have the 283. Little flat top motor, some better breathing heads, really tiny cam, nothing big, but bigger than stock. Probably 4-barrel, maybe go injection later on. Huh. If I'm gonna do all that, and the motors, you know how when I do engines, shoo, you know, they usually look pretty dang good, at least in my opinion, but okay. Well, it came down to it. Let's get her done. Long journey this is going to be, but fun, lots of fun. We'll get her done and I'll bring you on that journey, cleaning and painting and fixing and replacing, along with other shenanigans going on. There's racing next week, US 13, I think, in Maryland. 2 days and 5 days off. Perfect. Get lots done, and go from there. Peace out. All right, pull this lower hose. Let's get our feet wet. Missed a little. This radiator is not factory to this truck, I don't think, either. It's way too big. It's weird design. And that's where it begins. Oh, wow. All thumbs tonight. I'm excited to do this. As long as we don't end up in a hospital with cuts and bruises and stuff. I'm going to take the night off tonight from doing my previous job of mowing 40 acres on a horse farm. Been working on that for a while at nighttime. So I figured that I could use the break from that. Sitting on the tractor for 2.5 hours at a clip. It's fine, I like it, but and it pays okay. But I ain't getting anything done here. Of course, we have that one hose. One that's stuck. What the? Oh, forgot about that one. Okay. What is the squirrely whirly world? Look at that. Squirrely whirly world. Can we wind it around a few more things? Here we go. That there is a water heater for cold climates. They had one on my other truck. They kind of work. Not as good as a block heater, but they work. Works off of like thermal siphoning. They work okay when it's real cold out and you need to get going. You come out and hit the key. Yep, you got some. I wouldn't say defrosters. This aids in a little bit of faster warm up. So let me grab some more tools. All right, so next bet is to first get me a nice sip and drink, and we're gonna pull this radiator out so this doesn't get hurt. And we'll work on transmission lines. It's already got an external cooler, gas line, everything's just plug and play under here, not like some of these trucks. Oil line, engine harness, nose harness, alternator, all that fun. Yay. Ooh, yummy. It's gonna have to be replaced probably with it doesn't leak. I may try to run it. It is a pretty big radiator, even though it's got a 6, but it's not stock. Definitely not stock. And there's the cooler. Okay, all the little harnesses are disconnected, unplugged. I gotta get help getting the hood off. I used it as I want to say as a kid. I used to pick these hoods off by myself. Unbolt them, stand across here or whatever. I forget how I did it. I did it somehow, but I remember taking these hoods off by myself. But yeah, those days are over. The dumb things we did. And now it's time to undo the 400 flywheel from the converter. Who would ever do that? Fun. Oh, it is metric. Okay. Makes sense why a 5-inch socket wouldn't fit on it. One starter. Brand new starter too. How about that? Okay, so now out comes the bell housing bolts. Let's see how much fun this is going to be. Oh wow. Missing. Wow. I guess they decided not to put those two in because they were too difficult. I don't know. I don't know what was going on with that, but crap. I'm gonna have to do that one from up top and that one from up top. Alright, well, so we'll be using that. They have to be done from up top with a ratchet or a gear wrench. Let's get this jack down out of here. Once we put it back up, we'll what we need to do. Okay, we're getting there. Do the rest of the bell housing bolts, transmission mount or motor mount, exhaust flange. That should be easy. I just had that apart. Cooler separate. Oh, I do have this to do. They're usually pretty easy. And this HEI. Got to watch some of these foreign-made HEIs. They're cheap because they put cheap parts in them. And this one here, when you get into pulling the advance, it over advances and backfires out the exhaust. But as soon as I disconnect it and plug it and run off initial, yeah, you do have a dead spot in it, but it quits backfiring. It runs okay. So I might have to change the vacuum advance, or I may put the limiter switch, put a tab of maybe like a stop in there, weld something on the on this. I'll take it out and just limit how much, because I think it's pulling the diaphragm too much and giving it way too much. If you watch the timing mark on the balancer with the gun, it just disappears into the wild blue yonder, and yeah, and it starts backfiring out the exhaust. But if you unplug this, it runs fine. It just lacks vacuum advance. And then on top of that, you have mechanical advance working on top of that, and the springs could be a little heavier, which might help a little. But I am going to, I think we're going to end up with a V8. What's the old saying? I could have had a V8. V8. Okay, enough with the shenanigans. Let's get this transmission unbolted. Well, we're ready to yank. What do you think? Everything's unbolted, at least I know of. Nut, bolt, wire, hose. I think we're ready. I think I can do this with I think this comes out with the hood on. Yeah, if my mind doesn't fail me, which it has many times, but no, I've done enough of these. Yeah, you can do it with the hood on. It's a little tight. So let's get to getting. Let's see how this works. Boy, I remember last time I had to pull a 6-cylinder. think it was my 63 Chevy Biscayne, I think was the last time I pulled a 6-cylinder. I think that was the last one I ever pulled. A little on the heavy side. There goes the exhaust. And it's off the trans and off the mount. Actually gonna come out here a little crooked, I think. Probably should set it down and re-grab this. Come on. Yeah, it's not pretty, but it'll go. I'm gonna grab it back farther. Ugh. Pick it up a little straighter. She's unhooked now. Just gotta roll her forward. And we're gonna have ourselves a little, ooh, ah, crap. Okay. I put a nice little plastic. I always save my plastic caps from all my jobs. From like wheel cylinders and water pumps and, oh boy. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to take this. I'm going to take this off. Oh, wait, you know what? Here we go. Perfect. We'll get this. I pull my gasser out, pull my motor out of my gasser, or in between the fenders with the hood on. Well, the hood's to its forward, but if you see how tight that is, you'd understand. As long as we don't scrape the hood, we're good. I've done this a few times. Actually, I put 6 cylinders in these trucks. Replaced an 8 to put a 6. Well, that was an old woods truck we used to run years ago because I had nothing. And little 6s work great for an old woods truck, farm truck. Come on now. Oh boy. I think this is where the problem ends up. I don't want to clear the hood. This is going to be the problem. Alright. Here's what we're going to do. I got a little issue here. I can't choke up the chain now because she's up in the air. I think I'm just going to undo this bolt, set this back, and I'll get some help. Pull this hood off later on, throw it in the bed. I think that'll work. What do you think? Almost out. Almost out. Now we can go up with it, clear the pan. We have clearance. All we got to do is clear all this rest of this out of the way. This shop is just travesty of a friggin' mess. I need to make some room. I need a bigger shop. I need more property. I need more place to put cars. I need more content. I make content for people. Oh, ow, just hit myself in the nuts with the chain. Alright, let me make some more room. Alright, we're ready to come down. I may put this on a stand. I'm not sure yet. They're gonna stop right there. Oh, that little scratching ain't gonna hurt nothing. Gonna get painted anyway. And there it is. Nice and cozy on its new roll-around cart. I'll grab this thing up and get it out of here on the forklift. Another labor beat. Cover up to that side. Because obviously I have no room here. To save my life. I love these things, they fold up nice across the space. Next shop's gonna have a nice big old shop. There we are. And here we are. Look at that. Nice, clean pallet We'll power wash, pull some of this stuff out of here and power wash. Blast it, whatever, degrease it. I'll blast it and prime it and paint it. And the firewall, I don't know. That's going to be white again, or I'll do it in black. I'm not sure. It's supposed to be the color of the truck, so maybe I'll do it in black because the truck's majority of it's going to be black. So now our next project here today is transmission removal. I got started on this. I got called out, so I got to stop where I'm at. As for today, Thursday, I got the shocks out of the front. The back ones are unbolted. I just got to drive the bolts out. I have all the brakes, hardware, everything ordered. Wheel cylinders, 4 new springs. Forget a couple other things. All brake hardware, 4 new springs. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff I ordered, so it should be here. I don't know. Probably early next week. I don't know, but I gotta go do some stuff, and I guess maybe tomorrow, Friday, TGIF, I will get this trans out of here. I was having fighting the cross member since they welded it in crooked on the frame, welded it there, and then left it riveted partially there, but welded the bottom of the rivets. What a bunch of knuckleheads! I can't get the trans out until that's out of there, so like I said, I gotta go do some stuff. It's actually mowing that big old 42 acres. I'm still working on that, so I'll catch you later. Lagging behind today. You know, I probably should. One in here. I'll leave a couple screws in here, so it just doesn't all come gushing out. There's a hero on this one, probably 1964 scale. There is some in there, if I'm not mistaken. Just check it. Oh yeah. Come on. Alright, here we are. Couple screws, leave a couple hanging so it comes out slow. Yeah, it's a little bit dark. It's old, it's used. Still sticking on the gasket. There we go. Let that drain for a few seconds. Looks good. It was actually a tad bit low. Not by much. A few ounces maybe. Okay. Right. you can see the bed. I'm going to redo the bed in this thing. And there's our wonderful lowered springs. Oh, definitely going to need some sneakers for sure. I think a lot of saved this truck was all the undercoating you see peeling off of here is what saved a lot of this. Usually these things look like Swiss cheese. Don't let what you see fool you, because my Media Blaster takes this right off. We'll put it in primer, put it in semi-gloss black, put the bed back on. This will look good. It'll come out nice. So it looks like this thing had a little pinion to carrier contact somewhere along the line in its lifetime. I've seen this before, and it was probably repaired, where the pinion bearing goes bad and it walks out and eats the carrier up. It's obviously an open setup. Actually, there's a lot of backlash in here. It didn't sound well. It didn't kind of really drive it. So it did kind of, but not hard. So what I'm looking for now, besides, wow, I need the numbers off this ring gear. That'll tell me, it's either I can count the amount of teeth on the ring and the amount of teeth on your pinion, and you divide the two, will give you the number. But me, I'm gonna, they stamp the numbers on the ring and the pinion from the factory. It'll tell you what they're matched as. You just gotta bring it around. Looks like it might be a, well, it could be. I'm not gonna guess actually. Here we go. And the date on it, it'll usually give you a date. Looks like it says 60. It's hard to tell. My vision ain't what it used to be. There's a part number, 11 and something. Can't really read it. Okay, so what I did, since I couldn't read and I'm blind, the numbers on the stamped into the ring gear, they make a mark on the ring and count all your teeth, which was 41. And what did I say was on the other one? 11 on the pinion. So you divide that, put your calculator here, and it's 41 divided by 11 equals 3.72, rounded up 3.73. So it has a 373 gear ratio. So that's what's in it, 373. So something that is a mark like this for my own identification, and down the road I like to put like a little brass tag or some kind of a metal tag. Usually I use my brass and I stamp a number in them, you know, the number of the gear ratio. So this saves somebody, unless you want to service it, the guesswork out of what gear is in it, because you really can't spin the wheel and look at the drive shaft, because this is what you get. See all that movement in there? It's very inaccurate. Even if you hold the other wheel, it's not accurate. It comes out all kinds of weird numbers. So counting them, reading it, or if you can get a code off of it, is the only way to really do it. So looks like the gasket stayed on, so I'm going to clean this up, flush this out real good, and stick the cover back on with some fresh fluid, and we'll wash out the cover. What I do is I usually take some mineral spirits or whatever you want to call it. I just shoot up in there and kind of flush it out, let it drain. The bottom is where all the gook is. And what you might want to do is just run your finger in there carefully, because if there's any pieces of metal, which this doesn't have, you won't see it, but or you will feel it. So what I'm going to do is just wash this thing out real quick. Get that out of the way. Rotate the unit over a little bit if you can. Come on. There you go. Wash the sputters out a little bit. Wash the ring off. Get some of that excess old gooey grease off of that old gear oil out. We'll just let that drain for a little bit. And meanwhile, I'll wash the bolts off and wire wheel them.